Hey, what's up, guys? Fat Merrill. We've been doing a lot of work trying to create some new content and put out some new things, and we appreciate all the support that we've gotten so far. Here's going to be a sample clip of recording my first podcast with my friend Kristen Rochelle. We talk about all kinds of things. We're all over the place. There's no script. We just talk about what comes to our head and see where it takes us from there. So we kind of go all over the map, and it's a good time. We enjoy visiting, talking about different things, and putting out content for everybody. So be sure that you like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the support that we've gotten so far, and go to the Fat Merrill Facebook comedy page to look at dates that we've got coming up for comedy shows. So again, guys, thank you very much. We appreciate all your support. It's Fat Merrill on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Check us out. Like all the pages, share all the pages. The more people we can get our content out to, the further out that we can book shows and hopefully get something close to where you're at. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. So now we'll go on. Let's next topic, because what you were just talking about reminded me of it. Is, do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? Yeah, I do believe in ghosts. I've had experiences.
Like, oh, you told me about some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, do you believe like ghosts can get you, or they're just around?
I think they're just around. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's poltergeists people talk about. I've never experienced poltergeists, so I don't know. I guess there's the ones that can pick things up and like physically touch things. I've never had any poltergeist run-ins, just regular experiences, so hopefully I never have one of those.
Yeah. I mean,
have you had a poltergeist run-in?
I wouldn't say, I don't know. Okay, so like when we first moved here, this house used to be my wife's grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she passed, then it was my wife's uncle's, and then he passed right up the road. And so like we always had stuff happening, and we always joked about, oh, Uncle Bobby's messing with us again. And it was always stupid stuff, like when you start the washer, and then you with the lid still up,
mm-hmm.
the water it'll fill up, but then it won't start the wash cycle if the lid's up. So then it's just sitting there. You get a tub full of water.
Yeah.
You got to close the lid down. So then we were always getting on each other about, like, hey, this washer ain't gonna run if you don't start closing the lid. I swear I closed that lid. And like, so we were always picking on each other about it. And then it turned into, oh, Uncle Bobby's messing with us. He's picking on us.
So you've got a passive aggressive ghost. You've got
Which makes 100% if you knew the guy.
Yeah.
He was that guy. He was upset by the way that you breathed.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, do anything for anybody, but just at his house, little stuff pissed him off. Why do you wash your hands so often? You're wasting too much water. Like, why do you do this? Why are you doing that? So he was like, little things like that are the types of things.
So he's watching over your water bill right now.
Yeah, well, he needs to watch a little closer. That thing keeps growing.
So what if you were a ghost? What kind of ghost would you be?
Oh, 100% I would mess with people.
Yeah, I would too. Who would you mess with though first? Your first person?
Oh. Do you go back and mess with exes?
Oh, yeah. I'd mess with mine. That'd be the first person I'd mess with.
And you'd want to be one of those poltergeist ghosts.
Oh, yeah. I'd be a poltergeist in that situation. I would summon up all of the energy I could, make sure I'd make something happen.
I would definitely mess with... I'd be a perverted ghost, though.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd just go stand in the corner of the room or some shit.
Like girls... No. Women's locker room.
Yeah.
It's a women's locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be a perverted ghost, probably. I'm a perverted live person, so I may as well carry it over into death with me.
No, I would be a very, very passive-aggressive ghost. I would specifically, I have my mind set on one person, so that's where I'd go.
Yeah?
That's where I'd go.
I don't know. But then would you want to do stuff like go to people that you still cared about and,
mm-hmm.
like, try to do sweet things for them?
I think I might be too consumed with...
There's too much hate in my heart.
Yeah, with doing the poltergeist activities.
There's too much hate. That'd be crazy. I don't know.
I that would be considered heaven, right? I'm in this eternity of just fucking with you all the time.
Yeah.
I'm in my happy place.
So I think, is that it? Once you find us, but like, is it where you're at for eternity?
I don't know. I kind of think that wherever your mind is at when you pass is where you go.
Okay.
That's what I think. But
Man,
I've
I
not
hope
been
my mind's
there,
in
so
a
I
good
don't
place.
know.
With that thought process, when I know that I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna be thinking about spring break,
Spring break.
some
Florida.
yeah, nice beaches.
Big boobs.
Bring them. That's where I'm going. So that's gonna be the last thought in my mind when I'm going out. Just in case you're right.
I hope
Yeah.
I am.
I think like our ghost was. And here's my deal. Like I hate saying that. Yes, I believe in ghosts. Just because you watch all these videos of people that are talking about ghosts, you're like, these people are fucking weirdos.
Yeah, you don't want to be one of
I
those
don't want to be
people.
one of those people.
No, have you? My favorite is the celebrity ghost stories. Have you ever watched any of
No.
them? You need to go watch The Haunting of Billy Ray Cyrus.
He's a little bit goofy.
It is
anyway.
the most pathetic attempt at staying in front of a camera I've ever seen. It's worth the watch, definitely.
Really?
Yes.
This is my pathetic attempt at staying in
and
front
mine
of a
as
camera.
well, but
Man, okay. Here's one. Have you watched? I'm gonna give a shout out to somebody else's podcast or YouTube channel. Really, there's a YouTube channel called All Gas No Brakes. Have you seen this?
no.
So it's this. He's a young guy, and he goes around and he interviews at different events, festivals, things like that. And he's just like his regular street clothes. He's being serious, like he's trying to do real journalistic work.
Yeah.
But when he's in a suit that he obviously, I mean, he does one deal about it. He goes to Goodwill and buys a suit that's too big for him,
Yeah.
intentionally, so that he looks like he's trying to be professional, but it's obviously comedic.
Yeah.
And then he goes to like flat Earth conventions
Flat Earth conventions.
and like interviews those people. Or then he went to Sturgis bike rally and was interviewing those people. And he's just he went and he interviewed the what was it? Minnesota Bigfoot research team.
Oh yes.
So these are, and it's hilarious, but you can tell that the people he's interviewing, they're being serious, and you got to be fucking kidding me.
I had to do an interview at Bigfoot Festival one time, and I was just in heaven because this was just the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. I had no one to make fun of these people with either. Every time I thought I found somebody that I could, like, we were kindred spirits, like, oh, look at this idiot, he believes in Bigfoot. They had a Bigfoot story, too.
Really?
So, like, yeah, like, everybody believed what they were telling you, too. My favorite was the Bigfoot plaster caster guy. He had plaster casts of Bigfoot's foot.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like, footprint, right? And I'm, like, asking normal questions that I guess were wrong. I'm like, well, where'd you find the footprint? And he's like, well, I didn't actually find the footprint. But if I had found one, this is what it would look like.
So he just made it.
He just made it, yes.
So he's admitting, I've got no proof. This
Yeah.
is just what I think a Bigfoot
And
foot
in my
would look
logical
like.
mind, not like, letting these people enjoy themselves. I'm like, oh, okay, so if Bigfoot was real, would you not have found a Bigfoot footprint to plaster cast yet? All these people are just looking at me like I just ruined their lives. And he just walked away. I was like, okay.
Dude, so my son, Cody, got me into watching this. And the one about Bigfoot, there's some town, and I can't remember where it was at, but they're...
Probably in eastern Oklahoma somewhere.
No, this was like in South Dakota or someplace up north. And there's these three guys. One guy looks like he's probably in his 40s. And they got an older guy that's in his 60s, and then there's this young kid that's with them. And they're just going out into the woods, and they got their headphones on with those little cone things so that they can listen for so they can listen for sounds in the distance. And all of a sudden they start calling Bigfoot.
Is that a call you can buy like at Bass Pro Shop?
No, these idiots are doing it themselves.
Oh, okay.
Like the 40-year-old guy, he's just like, oh, and just loud as shit and holding it until he looks like he's about to pass out.
And no one's laughing.
Even the guy that's doing it, the guy that's doing the interview, the guy from No Gas, or All Gas No Brakes, I don't know how he does it. There's no way I'd be able to hold a straight face in these situations.
No.
And then you got the old man, like he does the call. He's got like a little speaker thing and a microphone, and he goes, and he just does that for like 5 minutes straight. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
How do they know that's what Bigfoots sound like?
Oh, they've all seen him.
Okay.
They've all seen him.
They've all seen them.
Oh yeah. And then they get the young guy who takes a big stick and goes and whacks on a tree.
Oh yes,
And
I've heard
he'll
of this.
whack twice, and then they'll wait for a little while, and then he'll whack once. He goes, it's like Bigfoot Morse code. I was
Yeah.
like, get the fuck
I
out
have
of
heard
here.
lots of people talk about this. Lots of people talk
About whacking on
about
a tree?
whacking on a tree and Bigfoot, emulating the sound back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, and then we heard it back. Well, how come we didn't hear it this time? When there's somebody here to back up your story,
Yeah.
never works out for you.
No, you're out in the woods banging on a tree like that. You might hear it back. You're gonna hear a banjo start playing.
Yeah.
Soon after.
Yeah, some boy that's only got 3 teeth go, you sure got a pretty mouth. Deliverance or whatever.
He answered the Bigfoot mating call.
Man, that's why he's missing all them. Never mind. Well, I was going to take it. We were fixing to go dark. Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to say that Bigfoot's not real.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either. I've heard a lot about it.
But, I mean, I've never seen a whale in person either.
True.
I know that they exist.
I am on a Bigfoot Facebook page, though, so.
Of course you are. It's where you've been picking up these weird dates at, isn't it?
No, but I should try there, shouldn't
Bigfoot Mingles.
I? BigfootMingle.com.
Man. So I think, there could be something, or maybe at one point in time somebody saw something and then it just became a story that just grew and grew and grew. And then you got these people out there who are crazy and they think that these old folk stories are about real life and they just can't let it go.
So did you ever see the documentary done in Eastern Oklahoma about Bigfoot?
No.
I can't remember. I watched it. It was one of those days I was homesick from work and there wasn't anything on cable, but this was on. And I watched it. And it turned out to be like the most entertaining thing to this day I think I have seen on television. They found every asshole they could find within like a 50-mile radius of this town in Eastern Oklahoma. If you had a mullet, if you could not spell your first name, you were going to be on this interview.
It's like the original cast of the Tiger King.
Yes, that's what it was. They had
Yeah.
this little 10-year-old boy, and we all know kids, they're a really good source of credibility when it comes to Bigfoot. And he was giving his interview and his account of Bigfoot and times he's seen Bigfoot and all that. So yeah, it was you have to look it up. It was an interesting documentary.
I've spent some time in Eastern, so I know that it's a big deal for them over there. Like every truck stop sells the Bigfoot statues that you can put in your yard, and so I know it's a big deal to them out there. But I didn't know it was like, I don't know, like how do you take it serious?
I don't know how you take it serious.
How do you take yourself serious?